Okay, dear students, today I'll discuss reflection on plane mirror. And in our life, maximum time you are using plane mirror is there to observe our face, right? Whenever you go to any party, school, college, so generally people are using plane mirror is there. So today I'll discuss reflection on plane mirror is there. So reflection on plane mirror. So most of the time we are using plane mirror, but so many students are not studying this in detail. They are studying curvature or curve mirror, lens, all these things are there. So for reflection in a plane mirror is there, right? So generally plane mirror are denoted by this way. So this is the plane mirror, right? But see, in reality it is not a line is there. It is a plane, right? So it might be in XY plane or YZ plane or ZX plane or whatever things are there, right? So this is a plane mirror, and of course radius of curvature of plane mirror tends to infinity is there because it is a straight line. So it has no radius of curvature, that is infinite is there, right? And it forms real image of virtual object and virtual image of real object. Now so many words I have used here. One is real image, virtual image, real object, virtual object. What do you mean that? So let me explain you. That is, whenever you are talking about real object, then the light rays should start from the object. Then it is said to be what? Real object, right? So what is happening? That is, anywhere, how do you observe any object? So light rays are reflected back from the object to our eyes are there, right? See, that is, light rays are not traveling from eyes to the object. When you observe any object, say book, table, board, then light rays are reflected back from these objects and it is entering now in our eyes, and then we observe its images there. So whenever you are talking about real object, so light rays should start from the object. And when, so suppose if this is the object is there, so light rays should start from the object. This is the real object is there. So this is the real object. Virtual object means it appears to be there that light rays are converging on that object, right? So virtual object, right? So whenever you have, that is, any light rays are converging towards at any point is there. So this is what? This is your virtual object. So virtual object. In the similar way, right? So what I have taught you, it forms real image of virtual object and virtual image of real object is there. So when two rays are meeting at a point, then that is, image is formed. So how one can draw the image formation in a plane mirror? So image formation in a plane mirror. So image formation, so suppose it is a plane mirror is there. It is a plane mirror. And this is the object, this is the real object is there, right? This is the real object. So real object is there. Then if you want to form the image, so since I is equal to 0, so R should be 0 is there. and another light rays. It should go like this. This is the normal at that point, right? So when you extend it, so this is your eye image. So this is the virtual, right? This is the virtual image. So virtual image. So real object, virtual image, right? This distance. So this distance is x. So this is distance is also x. So in all plane mirror, for point object I am discussing at the present moment, whatever the object distance, that is the same image distance is there, right? At the same distance. So whatever the object distance, that is the same image distance is there at this point. But see, sometimes it might happen the light rays are coming, that is, it is going at that point, and then it is at that point. So light rays are this. Now we are keeping at this point mirror. So this is object, this is O. So this is virtual object. This is virtual object, and then its image is formed at that point. Its image is formed at this point. Suppose this is your image. So this is your real. So at this point, what is happening? Real image. Real image. So many student does not know. That is, when you ask any student, then they will say that is plane mirror always forms virtual image. No, right? Whenever there will be any assertion reasoning question is there, it can make real image also of virtual object, right? In this case also, this distance, if this is x, so this will be also x is there, right? So this is the image formation. Yes, some other way we can also make the image. It is not the only way. Suppose if this is the real object, then, and this is your plane mirror, then you can make by this way also. So this is the there, and this range, so this is there, and then extend it. So this point is O, and this is your O dash, this is your image is there. So this is also another ray diagram. You can use this ray diagram, and then you can find out the image is there. Now let us discuss some other things are also there. Whenever you have any plane mirror, then object distance and image distance, already I discussed, both should be at the same distance, right? But what about if you have any extended object is there, right? So whenever we have extended object, then how one can find its image is there, right? So let us draw. So what is happening? There are certain properties, right? So there are certain properties of this plane mirror, and then that I am discussing. How? So what is happening? What happens if you rotate any plane mirror is there, right? So now the next question is there. If I rotate, then what happens and how the image will rotate, in which direction? If it is rotated clockwise, then what will happen? If it is anti-clockwise, then what will happen? And all those things are there, right? So few things again I am teaching you regarding only plane mirror is there. So one is, if you have, this is the plane mirror. So this is the plane mirror is there. And suppose if you have L letter at this point is there. So this is your L letter. Then when you observe its image, so suppose this is M and P. So its image will be like this, and so M P and M. So see what happened here. The portion or the length which is perpendicular to the plane mirror, that gets reversed, and which is parallel, that is not getting reversed. That is the same way it is observed. See, M is here, N is here, also M is here, N is here, but just it's this perpendicular part, right? So the length which is parallel gets image same, but parallel length gets reversed, right? So that is perpendicular length gets reversed, is there, right? So which is the perpendicular length. See, this length and this length is what perpendicular length is there, that gets reversed, is there, right? So this is also very popular, is there. Or second, that is when a mirror is rotated by an angle theta, then the reflected rays rotates by an angle 2 theta in the same direction of rotation, right? That is in the same direction of rotation. It is same direction of rotation. That is, if it is rotated clockwise, then the image should be also clockwise, and if it is anti-clockwise, then image should be also in the anti-clockwise direction. It will be rotated. Just I am drawing by ray diagram, and then I'll explain this. So suppose this is a plane mirror and light rays are incident on this like this. So of course I is equal to 0, so R is equal to 0 is there. So I is equal to 0, R is equal to 0. Now it is rotated clockwise, right? So suppose the mirror, now it is, this mirror is there, right? So this is the mirror rotated. Earlier it was this mirror, and now it is rotated, right? Or we can say by another way, okay, this is the mirror. Earlier light rays are coming this way, so I is equal to 0, then R is equal to 0. Now I have rotated, the new mirror position will be this. It is rotated by theta is there. So it's normal. So normal for this will be this. This will be normal is there, right? So this angle is theta. So reflected rays will be in this direction. So see, that is, if the mirror, initial mirror it was this M, now it is M dashed. It is rotated by angle theta. So what is happening at this point is there, in this case it is I is equal to 0, R is equal to 0. So now what happens? This rays which was coming at this point, now it is going by this way there. So how much angle it has rotated? By 2 theta. Or that is, we have rotated by clockwise, and it is also clockwise. So whatever this direction of rotation I have done here, this is the same way as this. For example, Suppose this is a mirror. So this is a plane mirror, and one object is at this point, right? So its image is formed at this point as well. At this point, so what is happening? Virtual image is formed at this point. Now, suppose if the mirror is rotated, by 30 degree, right? So image in the same direction of rotation, so image will be, that is by 60 degrees. So image, so this is clockwise. So image will also rotate by clockwise by how much again? 60 degrees, right? So it is 60 degree. Say if it earlier it was in X, or if it is rotated by 45 degree, then it will be what? 90 degrees. So that earlier it was in X direction, now it is will be what? On Y axis. Okay, so today we'll discuss only these things. I hope all of you are gets benefited. Okay, thank you.